Hi, our video is on virtual reality. My name is Travis Somno. This is Brian Gerard, Gavin Chamberlain, and Nick Christina is taking this video. In this video, we'll be talking about what VR is, how accessible it is, why we're interested in VR, the society's influence on VR, VR's influence on society, and we'll give a little conclusion of this. So VR is a headset technology that kind of puts you into an alternate reality, a different space than what you actually are. There's two types, there's mobile and tethered. Mobile you can carry around like you can see Gavin in the background. Tethered is it's usually hooked up to a machine and you can't really be moving around as much. VR has motion tracking sensors so that it can tell what you're doing and where you're looking so you can interact with the world that you see. So VR is pretty accessible in these days. The Oculus Rift is now only like $400 and the Vive is about $600. The phones, ones like the one you see behind us, is about $100. It used to be a lot more expensive, but nowadays it's actually decreased quite a bit. So we're interested in this mostly because we're all engineers and we see a lot of potential in this as a tool to be used while designing this, where we could actually interact with our designs, especially on the large scale things. Like if you're designing a plane or a submarine, it'd be nice to be able to actually walk into your design and see it. But there's other possibilities with VR, such as travel. You can just put on the headset and you can be anywhere in the world that you'd like to be. You can watch movies with VR. That would be quite interesting to be able to be in the middle of Lord of the Rings or Star Wars and actually experience these things. It can also be used for like education, where you can attend a class if you're sick. Or as it is used now, in the most part, is video games, where you can actually live the video game and it can track you and you can actually experience what it is.
And as for how society has influenced virtual reality, there's definitely positive and negatives on both sides. Positives being the just general support for virtual reality and its development from gamers, designers, engineers like ourselves, artists, and definitely movie makers and movie lovers alike. This desire for development in VR also supports funding, and funding has definitely allowed VR to develop and become better and easier to manufacture and mass market. And he talked about VR actually getting cheaper and cheaper, and that's directly correlated with that. There are negatives associated with society VR though, especially since, although you might not think it is as a negative, society's need for new environments actually can probably delay the development of virtual reality systems. An example of this is a simple tour around a 3D space, like a building, it might take 1 to 2 years just to develop. And their society's constant need will probably end up creating like harder and harder tasks to fulfill their needs. And also there's a concern for like eye damage from virtual reality, and parents worry that their children are going to become zombies and isolated from the pack, so to speak. And as for virtual reality's influence on society more directly is, like you mentioned before, applications in engineering design, being able to model something and design it in a virtual reality space, I think is fantastic and more hands-on. The gaming space also improves it great. Movie making, like you said, virtual travel, whether it's to classrooms, whether it's to business meetings, or just landmarks, going to a different country, continent, I think are all fantastic applications that impact society in a positive way. And mentioned before, business meetings and being able to maybe next generation of FaceTiming will be a great impact from virtual reality. So in kind of conclusion, virtual reality has been used mostly for entertainment, but I think where virtual reality will continue in the direction is into engineering design, education aspects, business meetings, actual communication in 2 different spaces. Although this technology might not be there quite yet, it'll definitely make an impact in one of these areas soon. And it's a very promising future, and it's going to be available to mostly everyone. So in summary, we went over the product, the description, its accessibility, its interests, our interests as well, society's interest in it, and how it influenced virtual reality and its development. We went over virtual reality's influence on society, vice versa, and the overall conclusion of what we think about the product. Thank you. This has been Brian Gerard, Travis Somero, Gavin Chamberlain, and our cameraman, Nicholas Christina. Thank you.